Alright guys, you know the drill by now. It's INSECTOMITE, number 3 in Series 1 of the NECROMOLDS line of Battle Miniatures Gaming. It is, INSECTOMITE is, I believe, the largest creature, at least of the ones that I have to preview. There are some as yet unrevealed to me, at least at the time of shooting this video, that I think are going to be some stretch goals, are going to be part of the Kickstarter campaign. We have the first 7 here, and we will be showing them off when appropriate, when they've been revealed on Kickstarter. They may already be up. But here's INSECTOMITE. He is a volume of 19. So here's his card. Here's what the mold inside looks like, again with some used clay because we have been getting a lot of good use out of these things. Again, the final production modes, these are 3D printed, so some of that clay is getting caught, and you know those little artifacts that 3D printing does. Although, for being 3D printed, these still make some really nice little figurines when you smush them out. And then here is his card. Again, volume of 19 makes him one of the largest creatures, at least that I have seen. He's Guardian, which means his defense skill is highlighted. So when he synergizes with other creatures that have a highlighted defense, they get to roll an extra dice if they're in close range of each other. Now, in this instance, he's already rolling 2, and he already does 2 melee automatically because he is such a large creature made out of lots of little bugs. He has a 1 dice for ranged combat. He can be given a medium distance ranged combat attack or a close distance move command, and when tied in combat, he is not destroyed. Now with ranged attacks, if you miss, nothing happens bad to either one. In melee, somebody's going to get smashed. It may be both of them, except for INSECTOMITE, because when melee combat happens immediately when 2 bases touch, you roll the dice, whoever wins the roll-off gets smashed. In the case of a tie, both creatures get smashed because melee combat, even if you manage to win, is damaging. But in the case of this, if INSECTOMITE, if he's tied in combat, he does not get destroyed. So if there's ever a tie when you're rolling for melee combat, he gets to stick around, unlike a smaller creature who would get smashed along with his opponent. So those are the brief powers of INSECTOMITE, and let's go ahead and mold him and see how he stacks up as a creature and as a loser. Because that's really one of the most fun parts of the game, is making your creatures and then smashing your creatures. Now, one of the things that's also nice about this is, as you use up your clay, clay tends to, even with the best maintenance, dry out. So when your clay is starting to get a little down, you can just mold a creature and dry out the clay and have a little miniature that you can paint or keep for yourself. So we'll go ahead and pop INSECTOMITE out of here. I love that he's got like a little bug crawling up on his back because he's just a shambling mass of bugs. You can also poke out these little center pieces between the legs if you want him to look a little bit more coherent. But you see he's got a little bug here. He's the bulbous bugs, cool little mandibles on his face, cool little claw arms here. And like I said, he is the largest monster on the battlefield. That's what he looks like there on the battlefield here with this playmat. And now that we've seen him as a very terrifying monster, now we get to see what he looks like as mushy roadkill. So we'll take our caster ring, and oh, INSECTOMITE has just lost. And you can see some of these creatures, the ring just barely smushes. He's got a lot of extra mass there, so he's definitely going to, people are going to definitely have to go out of their way to move around him because he's a giant smushy mass. But he has been smashed, and as will many NECROMOLD monsters in the days and weeks to come as the Kickstarter hopefully becomes successful and everybody gets a copy of this game in their hands and plays it, because it is super fun, and there's going to be a lot of mashed monsters roaming the earth.